Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington is soon to take place at either UFC 244 or UFC 245, whichever one Usman prefers, because Colby is apparently down for either one. He's avoiding his eye surgery so he can fight at the end of the year. I like it. This is the fight I've been waiting for. This is the biggest fight, in my opinion, one of the biggest title fights of the year so far, because Joneses at light heavyweight have been kind of snooze fests, if I'm honest with you, in terms of hype. This one's going to have all the hype, all the altercations, all the build-up necessary. The actual fight might be shit, but it's going to be a good one, and I think Colby Covington's going to take home the W by unanimous decision, and here's why. Colby's telling the truth here. He's going to outpace Kamaru Usman. I guarantee you he's going to outpace him. I guarantee you also he's going to out-wrestle him. Okay? Kamaru Usman sets a good pace. And a lot of people say, Colby can go 5 rounds. Yeah, but Usman can go 5 rounds. Anyone can go 5 rounds. But at what pace? At Usman's pace, he can go 5 rounds. Where he's stalling against the cage. And doing little rabbit shots like this. And just stalling against the cage and holding Woodley there. How many times in the Woodley versus Usman fight did it have to be separated due to lack of action? How many times? I'd say at least 3. Due to lack of action. Colby Covington, in his fights, there is never a lack of action. Never. He goes at his own pace, and that pace is twice as fast as Kamaru Usman's. And if you think Usman can go at the pace that Colby does, I think you're far mistaken. Usman can go 5 rounds at his pace, which is more than Woodley's. But it's nowhere near the level of Colby's. Colby is an active fighter. And I think he out cardios Usman. I really do. I think he out wrestles Usman as well. A lot of people are going to say Usman out of emotion. Like they said Lawler out of emotion. 80% of people on the ESPN poll voted for Lawler to win. They're in their feelings. I picked Colby to win because I knew he was going to win. Because Lawler's not on Colby's level. I knew that. Yeah? Colby's going to beat Usman as well. I guarantee you a lot of guys are going to be talking about Usman. And a lot of people say Usman has the power advantage. Where? Has one UFC KO over a jiu-jitsu specialist in Sergio Moraes. Is that the power difference we're talking about? Yeah, he has power. Colby has a great chin. If Colby swung like Usman, he'd have power as well, but Colby doesn't swing like Usman. Okay? Colby swings like Nick Diaz, except without the big payoff at the end. Because Nick Diaz would go 1, 2, 3, boom, boom. Colby goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, do a double leg. There's no shot from Nick Diaz. There is from Colby. I think he'd set a pace on Usman from the get-go that would really put Usman in a reality check of, I can go 5 rounds, but can I go 5 rounds with a guy like Colby? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think he can. I really don't. And when you look at Usman, who's shot on a takedown on Usman? Woodley? Those were the most pathetic takedown attempts I've ever seen. Colby's going to be shooting for doubles. If Usman's trying to pressure Colby up against the cage, he's going to be met with singles, switch to a different single, back on a double. Colby's going to put the pace on him like you would not believe. Remember, Kamaru Usman was a Division 2 wrestler. Colby Covington was a Pac-10 champion. Okay? There's different levels in wrestling, and although Usman will be stronger and Usman will be bigger, the pace and the technique will be entirely in Colby Covington's side. I think that this is how the fight takes place. Kamaru Usman's going to come out there and you're going to be saying, yes, Colby's losing. And he's going to maybe be getting the better of Colby in the first round. But Colby's going to keep scrambling. He's not going to do what Woodley did. What did Woodley do? He was there to get a paycheck. Let's be real. Let's be real what Woodley was there to do. He let Usman manhandle him. He never created a scramble. He pulled guillotines to try and get a quick submission and get it over with. He never bucked and fucking tried to use a little hip escape on bottom. He settled in position, tried to avoid damage for as long as possible, and kept looking up at the ref to separate them. That's what he was preying on. Colby is not going to do that. If Usman wants to pick up Colby, Colby's going to find his base. He's going to scramble. He's going to roll. He's going to go back on shoot back in on takedowns on Usman to get back up. And he's going to set a pace on Usman that I don't think Usman's going to be able to handle. Taking down Colby Covington is no simple task. Dos Anjos took down Covington. Fair enough. Was Covington expecting it whatsoever? No. Will he be expecting it against Usman? Yes. Yes, he will. I think Colby's going to put a pace on him he can't handle, man. I really do. I think he's going to put a wrestling clinic on him that Usman ain't going to be ready for. And I also feel like he's going to be in Usman's head. Because this has been a fight that's been in the making for a very long time. And Colby's been very dismissive of Usman before. But Usman has wanted Colby for a very long time. And when you're the good guy, you're in an immediate disadvantage. Do you think Colby's got a bunch of guys in the street saying, yeah, go Colby, yeah, go Colby, I hope you beat... No. Usman's got the guys around the MMA scene going, we're all going to be watching, just make sure you beat this guy, okay? We're all going to be watching, make sure you beat this guy, okay? Every single day he's going to be getting comments like that. I think it's going to play on his head. I really do. And as much as Colby might not be the best trash talker in terms of fluency, just the build up to it and the people around Usman are going to get him in his feels about this fight. And I think we're going to see an Usman that's going to be coming out there swinging and headhunting for Colby. And Colby's striking's no joke, man. You're talking about a guy who, for the majority of the fight, stood with Robbie Lawler and beat him at it. Robbie Lawler couldn't throw a punch. He never got time. He never got space. He never got the angle. He never got the ability to load up because every time he tried, Colby Covington stuck a jab in his face. Don't get me wrong, Usman can win this one. I don't think he will, man. I really don't. And I think for the good of the UFC, you want Colby to win as well. Even if you're a hater, which, be honest, if you're hating on Colby in 2019, you're a bitch. You're exactly what he says you are. You're a virgin. You're a nerd. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's nothing wrong with being a nerd. You can just, like, win $3 million in a Fortnite tournament. I don't know, like, just, you know. Either way, I don't think that Colby's... I think that Colby's going to get it done. I really do. I really do. And for the good of the UFC, you want him as champ. Is GSP going to come back for Usman? No. There's no paycheck there. There's no paycheck. Is GSP going to come back for Colby? That's the paycheck. Nick Diaz, would he ever think of coming back for Colby? Yes. Nate Diaz Masvidal winner. They would want Colby as a fight for sure. Because Colby and Masvidal, their relationship's going to get a little bit tense, if I'm honest with you. And Nate Diaz will get all the shit talk from Colby. Conor McGregor, if he comes back, he's thinking about it. Well, he definitely is, apparently, coming back. So, who would he rather fight for a sale? For a pay-per-view sale? Colby Covington or Kamaru Usman? What about Khabib? Who would he rather move up for? Colby Covington or Kamaru Usman? Colby's the money fight, whether you like it or not. And I think he gets it done. Colby Covington, man. I had another point that I was going to say here. Usman's been off for a very long time. People are going to... Listen, man. If Usman never got injured after the Woodley fight, and he fought right now, and the fight was tomorrow, and Colby had not fought Lawler, and his last fight was against Rafael dos Anjos, I'd say Usman. But seeing as he hasn't, and Colby's fought, and he's fresh, and he's been in there recently, and Usman hasn't fought since March, which, although isn't that far away, by the time they fight, which will be in November or December, it will be a very long time away. Especially coming off injuries to your knee. A big one to his knee is going to really affect the wrestling ability of Usman. He can't run because of his knees. I think he's going to run into some issues. And Colby Covington, as much as I used to think Woodley was a big welterweight. He is not compared to this new breed of Darren Tills, of fucking Colby's. Even Colby's a small guy, but he's 6 foot, 5'11", whatever the fuck he is. Woodley's a small... I mean, against Usman, I thought Woodley was fighting a middleweight. Usman 84 kg. 84 kg is 185 pounds. Okay? That's a middleweight right there. I think Colby beats him. I think he's not going to be bullied around like Woodley was. I don't think he's going to be swinging for the fences like Woodley was. By the way, with a broken hand. By the way, with a TMZ show on the side. Colby's all in on this. Okay? All in. I think he gets the job done against Usman, man. I might get hate for that. I might. But I'm thinking he does it. And I'm thinking it more and more every day. I feel like I've spoke some facts right now. I really think he's going to get in Usman's head. I really do. And Usman don't... Listen, as much as I'm not saying Usman's ducking him, it doesn't seem to be his top priority of a fight. You know what I'm saying? Colby wants Usman. Nothing else. He hasn't even entertained anything else. other than potentially if Usman doesn't take it, he'll defend his belt against someone else. Obviously just rhetoric and jokes to make interviews more interesting. But Usman was on an interview with Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen was asking Usman, hey, basically, build up this fight with Colby. Tell me you want him next. Usman, I think Leon Edwards deserves this shot. Like, I think Colby gets him, man. I really do. I really do think Colby gets him. And the fact that Lawler... Listen, if you remember, Lawler trains with Usman. And here's another behind-the-scenes little gem that's going to be great for betting on this fight with Colby and Usman. Usman trains with Lawler. In the build-up to the Colby fight, Usman was telling people that Lawler's a better wrestler than guys think. And he can hang with the wrestlers. And he's going to really surprise Colby with his wrestling. He had no chance against Colby in the wrestling department. And that makes me wonder, how well is Lawler doing against Usman in training camp for Usman to be that confident about him? Colby wins. Unanimous decision. I'll say 50-46. Usman gets the first round. Colby takes the rest. See you later. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.